Day 633, 22 for 22. Good morning. I hope this finds you well. Please stay in your fight and do not quit. All right, so it's a balmy 39 degrees here in Florida. No snow, still green, still cold. It's a wet cold because of the humidity. So like at Stewart, that cold bites. Not as bad as negative 30, not gonna lie. So today I'm going to wrap up the Taking Charge series, move on to something else. Basically today is going to be talking about accountability, and this is not meant to piss anybody off. I am not a professional. I am not a financial planner. I am not a life planner. I am not a mental health professional. But I will tell you a few secrets of mine as far as accountability goes. And everybody knows about accountability that was in because they were held accountable for their actions in. That is no different out here. Now, that doesn't say that things can happen, slip-ups can happen. Oh, there's James in the window. He's happy. That's a good thing. But accountability is important. It's something that we learned big time in the military. If basic training, that wall locker or foot locker, depending on your era, was unlocked, that thing got tossed. You were accountable to go pick up every little bit of that, put it back the way it was, and put it back the way it should, and make sure it's secure. It's kind of the same thing in life. If your life has become a shit show, it is something that you have to take accountability, take responsibility for, and try to put it back together. If that means getting mental health help, if that means getting it's cold, close the door. But we have to take accountability for what we do and how we act. This is the final step of taking charge. We cannot put off our failures onto anybody else. That's just not the way it goes. We have to say, okay, that was my bad, I'll fix it, and work to fix it as best as you can. It may not go completely back together the way that it was, and maybe it shouldn't. Something you got to think about. You know, if you're in a relationship, you have to take responsibility for a mess up that you've done, and accept however you end up accepting it, as long as it's try to be positive about it as much as you can, of other people's failings. And you know, it's basically just doing the things that you should do that you don't normally do. You know, when I was on the edge of the cliff, I was blaming my ex for everything. Then I had to look back at it. Yeah, I have my lumps I need to take on that too. My military career, I didn't see any warning signs for the heart, but once everything went down, I had to take responsibility and take accountability that my career was over and that things were going to be changing, and I did not properly prepare for getting out. And that is my bad, my mistake. Maybe things would have turned out different. Hindsight being 20/20, probably not, but wouldn't know if I didn't try, and I didn't try. Now, where I'm at now, I'm glad things went the way they did. Mostly. I'm sorry that my 18-year-old comes from a broken home now. But on the other hand, we have a good relationship, and I do what I can to make sure that she's good to go. So, I mean, it just comes down to standing up and doing what's right. And we know what's right. Even in our darkest hours, we know what's right. And often ourselves is not the right choice. Just saying F life and not trying to get back into it. And I'm not, you notice I said try. I didn't say just turn around and get back into it, because it's hard. But you just gotta say, okay, I gotta own this. And when you take ownership of something, there's a tendency that it's gonna work better for you, because you have what's the word? Stake. You have a stake in the game, I guess. Yeah, and there's no higher stakes than living a good life. And you just got to put well, it's more than effort. You got to put the effort, you got to put the plan, you got to do a lot for it, but you got to own it and work for it. And there's no other way to get ahead in life, especially when you've been knocked down. It's not just going to be handed to you. And that is one thing that we have to realize, that in our darkest times, we still have a life that we need to live, especially if we have kids. Like I said yesterday, you know, we have to give them the proper toolbox to live our life. And we also need to show them how life is to be lived and live it good. You know, they don't teach checkbooks in school. Hell, I don't even use a checkbook anymore. But there's a lot of things that schools don't teach and that parents don't teach anymore, and we need to try to do that. And, you know, that's accountability. You, if you're on the edge of that cliff, need to take a step back, do an about face, walk back into your family's arms, because I'm sure in most cases they're going to want you back. You know, there's the few cases, there's a bunch of cases where you hear about mom denying dad and dad denying mom, depending on the custodial situation. This is not always the case, but if you got issues that are causing that, put the effort in to rectify that situation. If you have a substance abuse problem, own it. Get into a rehab, get into Camp Hope, do whatever you got to do to overcome that addiction and come out the other side and back to your family. You know, and is it that easy? No, I know it's not, but I can't paint such a dark picture that nobody wants to even try. You never know what's going to happen until you try. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up for the day. Still no push-ups, getting better, but I tried doing one yesterday, and that no, I'd be back not doing them quicker than I would be back doing them if I let it rest a little bit more. Sorry for cheating you out of the push-ups. I know everybody enjoys them. All right, so I have my YouTube channel, that_pushup_guy tough. My Facebook page, from the edge to thriving. Also, I will be on Oscar Mike Radio this Friday. I believe it's this Friday. I'll update that tomorrow. Or Travis, you can confirm on the video that yes, it is Friday, but I believe it is this Friday. Oscar Mike Radio. Tune in. I also have my Instagram, that Pushup Guy, and Twitter at Guy Pushup. I also post on Facebook from the Edge to Thriving in 25 Facebook veterans Facebook groups, plus my own page, my own personal page, not from the Edge to Thriving. And please share the videos. I'd appreciate it. All right, so if you need help, seek help. Get it from friends, family, professionals. There's absolutely no shame and no weakness in seeking help. That is doing what you need to do to be here. That is being accountable for you. Bottom line is do not use suicide as a permanent solution to a temporary or permanent problem. You got this. We will see you here tomorrow. Tough out.